Today we're going to be looking at an absolute Swayze specialty here on the channel. We of course are talking about MARDU tokens, one of my favorite things to do, and today's list is very powerful, and of course it revolves around Kaya Geist Hunter. If you guys don't know, this is the planeswalker that's going to allow us to double on every token that enters the battlefield in a single turn, which is pretty insane when every permanent and spell in your deck produces tokens. We have a crazy top end with this deck with things like Iganjo Uprising and the Rabble Rousing. Obviously Rabble Rousing, if you can create 5 tokens in one turn, making them 10 with the Kaya is pretty darn good and can close the game out pretty quickly. The Iganjo Uprising allows you and your opponent to both create these 2/2 Samurai tokens, but ours are going to come in with Haste and Menace right away, which can close the game out, especially if we're doubling up on our tokens. And then we are a pretty aggressive game plan. We have things like Adeline and Squee, which both can attack in and create tokens of their own. So there's a lot of tokens being populated at all times in this deck, and this goes extremely wide, extremely fast, and it's actually a very good deck. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We're going to break this thing down in full at the end of today's video, so stick around for that. In the meantime, there's a link below for the full deck list, and if you guys enjoy content just like this, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, it helps out a ton, and I'd greatly appreciate it though. With that being said, enjoy today's games, guys. Peace. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today is a Mardu mob special. We are talking about a Mardu tokens deck, and it's pretty ridiculous. Let me just say that it's a pretty ridiculous deck in the fact that it can get out of hand very quickly. We're gonna have in some games upwards to 100 creatures on the board, so it's gonna get really wild. Opening hand here is kind of tricky. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I think we can keep it, because if we find that third land drop, we're in a pretty good spot. We do have some things to get us through, hopefully. A second white source though is pretty important. If it's not a second white source, we can at least get the wedding announcement down, hopefully, and then we can get value off of that for card draw with things like Hungry for More that have haste. Nice. It is another white source. Beautiful. So now we're good. There's really nothing more to worry about too much here. Our hand looks really great. Again, wedding announcement comes down, we get a 1/1 token, and then we can Hungry for More to draw a card if we need to, or even Adeline would be nice. But yeah, wedding announcement is definitely the play here. Not gonna block though. Gonna leave the 1/1 token so we can draw some cards, because we do need to find the land drops. Opponent on Rakdos so far. I wonder though if it's an Anvil deck or something else. We're not sure. It's too soon to kind of tell. Could be some sort of Grixis deck. We'll see. Finding another land here. The land's not a problem, which is fantastic to see. All right, Adeline comes down. Definitely gonna get another attacker too. We don't actually trigger the wedding announcement's draw mechanic though, because of the fact that this comes in already attacking. We didn't declare it as an attacker, but I didn't really care too much about the card draw there because I did find my 4th land drop. Voltage Surge, that's a good removal spell. Keep in mind though, every 1/1 that we create now, when this flips over, becomes a much more deadly threat. All right, they draw a card. This just came in this turn, right? Yeah, so. Part of me wants to go Kaya next turn, but at the same time, I feel like a Planeswalker will get removed by some sort of instant or sorcery spell from their hand, because I'm sure they have more removal, but they did just waste another Voltage Surge on a creature. Yeah, I think the play here is simple. I think it's just to get the Wandering Emperor down, maybe create a 2/2, make a block potentially, or minus, but I don't know if I want a minus. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say if I want to even attack here or create 2 more 2/2s. You know what? That might be the play. I'm gonna go ahead and pass the turn here. Allow myself to create another 2/2, and when they attack with the Blood Tithe Harvester, I can Wandering Emperor plus on one of these 2/2s, creating a 3/3 first striker. I think that's going to maximize the amount of loyalty and bodies that we can get on the field. And then we follow that turn with a Kaya, and we doubled the amount of tokens being generated for the turn. Okay. Are they going to draw a card here or look to crew? They draw a card. Okay, that's fine. Now the big question is the Harvester going to attack? They're tapped out completely, so they're completely exposed to whatever I want to do here, which is to get the Wandering Emperor down. So I do wonder if they are going to attack into us. They do. They'd rather make the trade, but unfortunate for them that there's not going to be any trades happening. You're just kind of walking into a ambush here. All right, so now we've got a Wandering Emperor with a lot of loyalty to work with, and we're going to throw down the Kaya. Kaya is going to minus, allowing us to create double the tokens, so we get 2 2/2s here, and we get 2 hungry for more as well. So I think we send the whole team here. We got, 2 3/3s to hold back for the blocks against the 2/2 goblins. So good chance they make a block here. Yeah, doesn't matter which one they choose to block. We are going to gain a lot of life here, going back all the way to 22, and a board state that's really, really healthy. And Fable goes off. Gonna draw and discard cards here. I like our chances. I've yet to run into anybody who, has been able to beat us very easily. I've tinkered with the deck quite a bit here, so it's not to say we have not lost with this thing yet. Aggro has gotten underneath us a couple of times, but I made some quick adjustments to the deck recently, and I feel pretty unstoppable. I'm not gonna lie. This thing feels really, really cool, especially when we get a rabble rousing down. When you guys get to see that play, it is insane. What's it gonna be, opponents? It's their last move here, so it's gotta be, pretty nerve-wracking to try to figure out how to navigate around all this. I do have a backup though with the Wandering Emperor, so I don't care too much about that play. They block here and here. They still take, that's way too much damage to be taking. So GG's to the opponent, and yeah, on to the next one. Nice and easy. All right, we just played another one that you guys aren't going to see. We did win it. The opponent, unfortunately, was roping us a lot on the way out, and, maximizing the roping. So it just wasn't very fun, and I don't feel like editing a whole bunch. So we'll just play another game here. Actually, really good starting hand here. We've got the reinforcements, and we got the wedding announcement to follow it up to draw cards, or we can even go to the squee. Either way, we've got a really aggressive hand here, which is great. Nothing wrong with a little aggression. Underdog, okay. That's not good. It's a good blocker against us. We don't like that. I still like the wedding announcement here. It was kind of a tough decision there for me, but I still like the wedding announcement here. I was thinking either the Fable or the wedding announcement, but landed on the announcement because I think I want to try to flip the announcements as soon as possible to make my creatures big enough to get around these sort of types of creatures. So opponent does create a 2/2 of their own. We're going to allow the 3 damage to get through. It's all good. It's all good. No problems there. Another announcement seems fun, but at the same time, we do have to kind of combat this other 2/2 goblin and hopefully keep them off an attack, but we'll see. We'll see. No attacks. Get another body. This board's going to get a little crazy once this announcement flips over. Once these all become 2/2s and 3/3s, like, it's going to be pretty hard for them to keep up with that sort of pressure. Obviously, a Meat Hook Massacre is what they're looking for, which might be coming down. We'll see. A Meat Hook Massacre for 2 is pretty unfortunate. It's a Sorin. Okay, that's also unfortunate because it can create a flyer to go over the top of us, which is not easily blocked or dealt with. They still swing with the Goblin. Interesting. I guess they get the treasure out of it, and we don't though, so there's value to be had there. Ooh, that's not bad. That's not bad. I actually like my entire hand. I'm gonna go ahead and decline this. I like everything in our hand right now. Only can play one thing here though, which is a bit of a bummer, but I think I'm gonna go with the Adeline. The Adeline creates more attackers, right? I forgot to include the fact that we were gonna get a 1/1 attacker here. We probably should have left one more back, but it's okay. It's all good. We draw another card. It's a rabble rousing. Okay, the opponent is in a lot of trouble now. We have the mana to cast it as well, so as long as we don't get countered, this is going to come down and then trigger immediately. So good luck to the opponent on this one, man. They are playing Grixis though, and it's like a vampire shell, which is pretty cool. I just made a deck about something like this the other day. It's actually really good too, so gotta be careful. Corpse Appraiser is not something you want to mess around with too much. They leave back their 2/3. Smart. Okay. Rabble rousing. Are you guys ready for some nonsense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, this is gonna trigger. Perfect. This is going to trigger, and the Adeline is gonna get absolutely massive here. Oh, that's so perfect too. A Wandering Emperor is one of the best things you can get, because what's going to happen is it can flash in here off the rabble rousing, and then we can kind of sit back on deciding on whether or not we want to use the abilities until they decide to block, and then from there we can go ahead and plus whatever creature we want to. I mean, they're in trouble, man. Look at how wide we go. This thing goes so wide so quickly. All right, so to save our 2/2 over here, I'll kill their Corpse Appraiser. And that's why it's so nice to get the Wandering Emperor off that sort of rabble rousing trigger, because we got so many options. And the board state's definitely leaning into our favor now. Meat Hook Massacre though, again, very bad for us. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. It's like a Meat Hook for 4, which would take care of everything except for Adeline. Yep, they're going for 3. Makes sense. Save themselves a treasure. All right, that's fine. We're gonna have to rework our way up from the rabble rousing, but you know, it's very easy to do when you're talking about the hand that we have, because we have things like Squee and Adeline, which both produce even more. All right, so yeah, we're gonna go here, 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 attack in, and now we've already got what, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, we've already got a whole fresh board again. The Meat Hook did absolutely nothing. And we're gonna draw some cards. Another great card, because we can use it for aggression with the devil side of the coin. So another Meat Hook though could be bad. Invoke Despair. That's fine. You can have that all day. You can have that one all day long. No card draw for them. There's the scoop. Yeah, that was getting wildly out of hand very quickly. I actually think this deck is really good. I'm actually considering, today is actually an Arena Open type of a thing, a qualifier. I think I might want to do it. It does seem to be a standard event, so if I do, I'll use this deck. You know, it'd be kind of fun to splash into this deck too if you guys want to. You can try to squeeze in what is the card? Oh man, what is the card called? It's the Devilish Valet. Devilish Valet. Try that card if you guys want to, man. Because if Devilish Valet hits the field and then we have a rabble rousing out, there's a good chance your opponent will not be able to come back from that. This is scary, not having any red, but I do have enough to get down the wedding announcement, so we'll keep it. Would love to see some red sources off the top, just to ensure that we can get to burn down the house. Because going second here could be bad if the opponent's aggressive. I don't know why, I just got wildly tired. Like, my eyes just got so heavy. Rakdos. There's a red source. Love that. Love that. Oh, it's Mardu. A fellow Mardu player, huh? Okay. Okay, what do we do? Do we match their energy with that wedding announcement, or do we just go straight through them with the squee? I don't know. Kind of like the squee here, to be honest. Let's get aggressive. Let's get aggressive, because if they want to block, they can trade the 1/1s. That's fine. I'll take that all day. They don't, which is to be expected. I drew an uprising, by the way, guys. That's really, really good. Interesting. This does 4 damage, right? Yeah, it does. Okay. All right, it's Wandering Emperor time. We'll let the Paragon attack into us, and then we will Wandering Emperor minus. I think that's really good. Squeeze dead, unfortunate. Giada, that's pretty good. All right, you know what I'm actually gonna do? I'm not gonna... What do we do? I think what I'm gonna do is... Okay, so... I'm trying to figure this out. This is tricky. I want to burn down the house the whole board, right? So do we just allow this damage? I think we just allow it, guys. Yeah, we allow it. We're gonna burn down the house. Simple enough. Simple enough. I don't know if they were saying, they said oops there, right? Right when I triggered that spell, they were saying oops. I think they were trying to say oops to us, like, oops, we got you. But they didn't expect that, that's for sure. Or maybe they were oopsing me for not playing the Wandering Emperor out because they knew I had it. But little did they know. Little did they know. Man, there's always this part of me that hopes that that person was trying to troll me, because I love trash talk, and especially in video games, it's a lot of fun to trash talk. It's like one of my favorite things to do, and I hope that they were trash talking, because that would have been extra funny to just know that they're on the other side of the keyboard, like just getting blown up by that burn down the house. All right, hello. All right, we got another uprising. Guys, I really want to showcase this to you when we get Akaya down. I think it's going to be so cool. All right, I think I want to go with the... I don't know. I guess Wedding Announcement is the play. Wedding Announcement, and then follow it with either a Squee or a Hungry for More to get the card draw off if we don't hit a land drop. That way we can find it. Burn Down the House is nice. It's more expensive now, though. All right, yeah, we're just going to have to try to combat their creatures with our own creatures. Just go equally as wide, equally as fast. All right, Squee dies. Okay, we're in trouble, actually. This isn't good. This is not ideal. It's definitely gonna have to be Adeline. That's the only play that makes sense, but the problem is we don't get to utilize Adeline's ability to get another body out here. So gonna create a 3/4 option though for us to block with, which is really great. I do need to find the lands though. Valor Stance. Oh brother. Oh brother. They're running spells, yet they're running a creature that stops their spells from being good. All right, we're taking it, unfortunately, because the Wedding Announcement's about to flip. What a bummer. Okay. What a bummer. All right, I'm actually surprisingly going to leave the Squee alone. I'd rather get another body and flip over and make some good blocks. I think that's better than creating more bodies to attack with here. So we're both sitting on 3 mana, though, both struggling to find a land drop. Never mind. Commando, interesting. They stack it to blow that up, which is a smart play because now we have a lot less powerful creatures on the field. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that and that. All right, I'm pretty happy with the outcome there. Pretty happy with that. And then another announcement seems fun, but it does get blown up by them taking 2 tokens off. So I'd rather than blow up the Fable here. 3. Yeah, there's really no reason not to send this, right? I don't think so. I'm not gonna, well, I guess I could have chumped, but okay. Well, now I regret it. Cool. Now I regret it. All right. Nice. We get the final land. We need to get this burn down the house off. I really like everything I have, so I'm gonna go ahead and decline this. Might as well get a treasure out of it, right? Might as well get a treasure out of it and at least 1 point of damage. Seems like a fine idea. Okay, let the damage go through. Even better. We'll be seeing you. And next turn we do get a 2/2 passively just from the Fable flipping over, and we can do some Hungry for More stuff, which can get us some life gain happening. I would like to copy this though with this, so maybe I'm going to go another route here. Maybe I'm going to go with the Fable and the Wedding Announcement. Just create some extra bodies here. Take my time, bide my time here, because if I can get a Hungry for More off and copy it with Fable to Kiki Jiki, it's a lot of life gain, so it might be able to flip this game on its head. We'll see. They attack anyways into us here. We do it like so. I don't think this is actually going to help us right now without Kaya, so might as well get it out of here. All right, we're gonna gain 6 life here. It doesn't stop the fact that we don't have anything to block with though, right? Which is the big problem we're having here. We're gonna draw 2 cards, but if we don't survive this next turn, it's all for naught. So let's just hope that we can survive. We do get an Adeline, which is super helpful, and a Kaya. Perfect. Kaya's really good too. Kaya can come down minus, and then Hungry for More can get us a ton of tokens. We'll see what we do here. I don't know. We could Hungry for More. We could be right back into this game starting next turn if we don't die here. Nice, we do survive. Let's go. Oh, this is huge. This is huge, guys. What a clutch game if we can pull this off. If we pull this off, I will be so happy. All right, Kaya comes in.
I'm here on Gatewatch business, so stay out of my way.
Maybe Adeline. Yeah, because if we minus and we don't create, okay, yeah, I think, believe it or not, we're gonna get defensive here. Create 4 blockers. Yeah, let's do that. That's sketchy. Oh brother, that's sketchy actually. You know, no, we're gonna do the first original plan. We're gonna go with the original plan here, which was to get the Hungry for More off. The only problem I'm having here is we don't have that additional land to make Hungry for More come in and then get copied again by Reflection, getting 4 of these. We can only get 2, which is a bit of a bummer. We are going to draw some more cards though. We are going to flip one of these Wedding Announcements over, creating you know, better and stronger Reflection of Kiki Jikis here. So back up to 8. These flip over. We draw 2 more cards. It is a land and another land. Okay. If we just had one more land there, we could have tapped Reflection of Kiki Jiki, creating another vampire with lifelink, which would have created another one in response to, because of Kaya. They send the whole squad. Interesting choice. No brainer block there. 5, 6, 7. I don't need them flashing in a Wandering Emperor and winning this game, so I am going to give up one of my Reflection of Kiki Jikis here. Because if I block another 2/2 over here, yes, I go down to 1. But if they flash in a Wandering Emperor and plus up their Adeline, I lose the game. So got to be careful with those shenanigans that could happen. Nice, we get an Emperor of our own here. What's the play, guys? What's the play? Is it the Adeline? Yeah, I think it's the Adeline. I played the wrong land this turn. I could have got more value off of this had I gone with a white source. If I'd gone with this, I could have got the Wandering Emperor in. So that was a little bit of a misplay on my part, which could end up costing me here. We'll see. We'll see.
Fighting the undead.
All right, so my creatures do gain death touch here, and I could threaten to do... Okay, that's not good. Well, I do get another body, and everything does get a little bit bigger, so there's a good chance I'm going to be fine here. Squee can come in now, too, because we have enough cards in the graveyard. That's actually super helpful. It's another body to block with, so that'll be a 3/3. Yeah, I definitely misplayed the end of this game pretty heavily, guys. Just try not to judge too much. It happens. It was mostly the mana drop. I would have loved to have gotten a Wandering Emperor in, but unfortunately we played the wrong land. I didn't accumulate or calculate what I needed there. But we should be fine. I'm not too concerned about it. This should be a win regardless. It's just I could have made it a lot cleaner. Okay, that's not good. And that's fine. Don't care too much about that. All right, if that's all they have, we're looking pretty good. There we go, taking 2, going down to 2. Another Adeline, ouch. Okay, that's really good find right there. Okay. Well, regardless what we do here, I think I'm going to create double the copies of whatever we create. I think that's the play. Now, how do we want to do this though? Okay, so I can't play 2 spells, unfortunately. What a bummer. What a bummer. There's really not a clear path to a right play here. Obviously, burn down the house, cleaning the board seems fun, but then we just lose Kaya, and then we could potentially see more value if we go the route of creating burn down the house.
Been part of an angry mob before.
Devils, I think that might be a better play. I think that might be a better play. No attacks. Just because they all come in as 3/3s, which is so much better than them coming in as 1/1s, and being able to double it is really, really good. It would have been so much nicer if I could have also on top of that played the Wandering Emperor, but it's just it makes for an awkward play line, that's for sure. Hopefully Rabble Rousing gets to see some play this next turn though. Can't imagine they would attack into us here. That would be kind of okay, maybe not. I was gonna say that seems kind of silly, but I guess they want to try. They can try. Oh, they quit. I sneezed and I didn't even notice they just blew up. All right, so that's a win. Yeah, a very ugly win, I will say. I'm not going to be super proud of that one, but we get the win no matter what, and it's good. We'll take it. I'm telling you guys, even when I play bad and get wins, it's a good sign that the deck is actually solid. You know what I mean? It's a very solid build. I wonder what we do against mono blue. I think that's the only deck that I haven't really tested this against and kind of don't know how that would go. All right, that's better. That's better. Squee, I think, can go. Hungry for More is not a card I like to play on turn 2. I think I'd rather get a lot more value for it in the late game. Question here is, are we going to play an Adeline or do we plan on sweeping the board at some point? I think I plan on sweeping the board. So We're gonna pass. Let them kind of unload here a little bit. My only issue is things like Giada can make their board a lot bigger than what my board sweeps can handle. You know what I mean? Man, maybe not. Maybe we do get aggressive. I don't know, man. Maybe we go with Adeline and then we go with burn down the house as devils. The Giada, I was expecting them to play something here on turn 3, but they didn't. I have a backup, so if I do change my mind and we do sweep the board, we'll lose the Adeline, and it is what it is, but it doesn't feel great. A little awkward. Giada making things a little hard for my decision making here because, again, it just is such a good creature at cascading the board and making things a lot bigger, and getting out of range of my 5 damage burn down the house is very likely. Paragon. All right. Yeah, sweeping the board seems like a good idea now. Shoot. Yeah, that's unfortunate. All right. I can't imagine they're going to block here because they're afraid to run into any sort of burn spells, which is very smart. See if they call the bluff, though. I do wonder. If we find another land on the next turn, that could be solid because Adeline plus Wedding Announcement in 1 turn is pretty good. But I do need to sweep the board because Paragon is just too good of a creature to have out there. So let's get that off the field. Pure awkwardness right now, guys. Pure awkwardness. All right, so that's going to draw them a card. Hopefully they don't hit a land drop. Maybe we can keep them stuck on 3. And we do. We keep them stuck there on 3. You know what? I actually like Adeline here because we can do a Hungry for More and then create some extra bodies. And then they don't have a very good blocker here, so we'll take that. All right, and just like that, we're back on top. I feel like we took a pretty big swing there. That's good. No land still from the opponent. Feeling a little bad now that they didn't find that 4th land drop just yet. Okay, that's gonna exile some stuff. We hate to see that. There goes Adeline. There goes their Overseer, and when it dies, they get their Overseer back, which is a bummer. Yeah, we can go Wedding Announcement here, I think. We'll flash in the reinforcements. We've got a pretty good block happening if that, if they want to send that through. I'm happy to make a triple block on that. Getting back my Adeline seems like a good idea. They find their land, though. Let's see if it's another Paragon. Let's see if it's another Paragon. Do they attack? No attacks from the opponent. Interesting. Would have loved to see an attack there, but it's all good. Wandering Emperor seems like it's a very likely scenario here for us, so we got to be very careful about that. There's really nothing I care too much about getting hit with a minus, though. It's more so they're going to create a 2/2 and block, huh? That's fine. That is fine. So now they're running counter spells all of a sudden. Interesting. All right, well, we are going to create a Hungry for More. We are going to send the whole team here because they're going to block one of these 1/1s anyways, so we might as well send them all so we can get a few extra damage through, and then that way we can draw a card. Them taking the Adeline is really annoying, I can't lie. They give it back though? What in the world? Okay, they gave me my Adeline back. I guess they really wanted to draw a card here. I don't know why that would be the case. Maybe they have a depopulate or something? I don't know. All right, we get a land which we can discard and grab something new. All right, we take the 4. That's a pretty big creature now. Yeah, it is a depopulate. I had a feeling. Okay. Ooh, burn down the house is nice. Okay, that's really good too. I'll play it. I'm gonna play it. We're kind of taking the turn off by doing this move, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because I have a burn down the house, which I can double down on next turn. So I'm okay with this. And if I get a rabble rousing too, man, that would be so good. But I can't obviously play rabble rousing and burn down the house. We're gonna have to do them separately, but looks like they might have some sort of answer for us here on the Kaya, but they could just be reading. Yeah, they're kind of bouncing around each card here reading. So I do wonder, man, because I feel like it's the Wandering Emperor is their next play, but I thought that last time and they hit us with a counter with a sweeper, so didn't expect that at all. This spell is kit created 1/1 soldier spirit token. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 1 for each creature you control. That's so good when you're talking about having a ton of tokens. Excuse me, guys. My nose is so itchy today. All right, let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. It's nice to have the flipped over wedding announcement because then these come in as, you know, a little bit bigger and you know, we threaten a little bit harder with this. And having 6 is pretty wild, especially when they die and we get to just dish that additional 1 ping of damage every creature that dies to their face. It's too good, man. It is too good. Now, if only our reflection of Kiki Jiki didn't have summoning sickness, we can create 2 more of them, but gosh, this is so nice. It's going to be what, 12 damage getting through here and then 1 from the devil that they block. So, I mean, even a sweeper at this point wins us the game. So it's pretty inevitable at this point. There's nothing they can do unless they can somehow farewell the board. I think that's their only hope of survival here. Do you have a farewell? Which I don't think they would. If they're running creature a bunch of tokens out like this, I don't think farewell would make a lot of sense. But then again, they did run depopulate, so who am I to say whether or not we're going to get hit with one here? But now just imagine, guys, imagine they don't interact with the board and then we draw into a rabble rousing. We just minus Kaya and then boom, GG's. But they attack Kaya, so Kaya not going to be able to do that. All right, that's game, unfortunately. GG's, my friend. A lot of devils here throwing fireballs at your face. Yep. There was really no way out of it for them. Like I said, farewell was the only option they had to not die there. But man, I'm telling you guys, pure dominance with this deck. I've got to imagine our win record is crazy with this thing. But yeah, let's go ahead and break it down. That will conclude today's gameplay portion of the video. We are going to break the deck down now and talk about it in full. But before I do so, I want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's made it this far. It means a lot to me. It helps out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. So I got to say a huge shout out and thank you to everyone for that. Thanks for sticking with me. And with that being said, though, let's take a look at today's deck. We've got a build around here, clearly around Geist Hunter Kaya. Now, this card, if you guys don't already know by now, I'm sure you do, this thing being able to double up tokens is absurd. Especially again when your whole deck is doing just that. And paired with rabble rousing and uprising, it is absolutely it's insane. Rabble rousing, we already know. You know, you have 5 creatures on the field, you create 5 tokens. That's bad enough as it is if you're the opponent, but when you get to double down on that and create the 10 tokens, it ends games in an instant. You know what I mean? So this paired with the rabble rousing was a no-brainer. Now, uprising is a card I've used before with Kaya, and I found a ton of success with. I don't think, I'm recording all of this stuff on different days, so I can't quite remember, but I don't believe we got much play with the uprising today. But if we can imagine this card in the end game being able to pump out, let's say 5 samurais for us and the opponent, but ours come in as 10 samurais and they all have haste and menace, you can see how that can close a game out pretty instantaneous. So this was a really fun card paired with Kaya as well. And then of course, again, we had a pretty aggressive game plan that we wanted to try out today, because I wanted to run Squee and Adeline. Both of these cards passively creating tokens as you attack is really, really nice. There are some games though where we do get outscaled by our creatures, like Adeline, and then Squee can't. Squee is the tough one, really. Adeline gets really, really big and can attack almost all the time, but these creatures really benefit when they can attack in straight up. And Squee's tough because it's only a 2/2, but it does have that reoccurring ability to come back from the graveyard, which is super helpful. But that's why we have things like burn down a house. If we want to make sure we can clear the board out before Squee can come in and do its work, we can burn the whole board up. But most of the time this card is going to be spitting out devils. So you can kind of see this theme building now, where we've got all these tokens and the synergies are absolutely, they're there. The synergies are there. And then of course we've got some, you know, flex cards that we're going to need to take advantage of, like Wandering Emperor and Fable, because Fable not only gets us a token of a goblin that can create these treasures, but the treasures are also tokens that we can double up on as well. And then Wandering Emperor creating these samurais obviously helps, and it's very good at removing things off the field. So these are really good flex cards to place in the deck. And then we also have things like Hungry for More, which you saw can, you know, if we can double down on this and create copies with the Fable, you're going to be gaining upwards to, you know, what is it, 12 life a turn in some cases. So this card makes a lot of sense. And they all come in with haste too, which can really catch your opponent off guard. Wedding Announcement, a no-brainer. This is one of the most popular cards for a reason. It just does a lot for your, you know, your value. And then lastly, I threw in a couple of these reinforcements. These cards are really, really nice in this deck, because, you know, creating a creature and then also a token, you know, spreading out the damage and power is not always great, but when you're trying to go wide the way we are, and we can create maybe double the soldier tokens, it's not bad, especially because it has flash, which is really, really helpful. But yeah, that's the deck in a nutshell. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, man. We are gonna end it here, but I hope to see you guys tomorrow, as always, for another video tomorrow. But yeah, before I hop out of here, as always, a huge shout out goes to the MARDU Mob. If you guys don't know, the MARDU Mob is the membership program here on the channel, and I got to give a huge shout out to them and a thank you for everything they do, because it helped, you know, they help support the channel monetarily. So I got to give them a huge thanks for that, and let them know how much I do appreciate them. But with that being said, guys, I do appreciate you all for watching all the way to the end. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow for another one. Until next time, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swayze, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap.